I genuinely haven't seen this in a bar before. How do people not know about this place? G'day legends, welcome back to Parts Unknown Melbourne. I'm Moose.
And I, of course, am Gandalf.
This is episode 13 and we're in Westgarth. Really looking forward to this one.
We're here looking around trying to see the best places to eat and drink. We don't know where it's going to be. We're just going to wander and see what tickles our fancy. Let's get into it.
It's a Betty Valentine from the floor above. She sees a bartender in a pool of blood. Cries out, they've killed my love. Here comes the story of the hurricane. The man the authorities came to blame for something that he never done. Heard in a prison cell that one time he could have been the champion of the world.
Located at the very bottom of High Street in Westgarth, you'll find Kelvin Bar, a very cool looking dive bar style full of patrons who look very deeply lived. When you end up in Westgarth, you might want to go to the Merry Creek Tavern. We say do not do that. Kelvin Bar is full of people who have lived a life. Merry Creek Tavern, full of people who need to get a life.
I must add, on top of what Moose has said, Merry Creek Tavern looks like a great establishment, beautiful beer garden, nice sitting area. However, there were three very unsavoury looking men out the front glaring at us. We don't think they were staff, but maybe they could have been. Therefore, we stayed clear.
Although the Gandalf and Moose love beer, Kelvin is actually known for serving cocktails and high quality spirit. They don't even have beers on tap. That's how dedicated they are to the craft. Though, craft, special word. If you still like craft beer, they've got enough for you in the fridge.
I've gone with the Cooper's Pale Ale, the same for my friend here. $11 a beer. Very, very reasonable prices. First drop, you know I've been waiting for this. You bet I have. I feel like plasticine.
I must admit, Gandalf and I were a little bit concerned finding ourselves in Westgarth. We always thought it was more of a concept than an actual suburb itself. Located somewhere between Clifton Hill and Northgate, still a bit undefined. I don't think you'll meet anybody who can safely say they've actually lived in Westgarth. It's a little bit like platform 9 3/4, but just as magical.
When people think outdoor area, indoor area, they usually think one thing. Indoor has a roof over it and outdoor doesn't. Very cool thing about this place, we're in the outdoor area right now, but it does actually also have it's got a roof over it, so you're always dry.
Here at Parts Unknown Melbourne, Gandalf and I have no interest in being political, but it is great to see an establishment that still accepts cash as legal tender. Don't know how you go with postal stamps, but cash, good to go.
For anyone who's a regular on the show, you may know that I really enjoy a beer, probably more than most people. I'm happy to admit that. But what I don't do is I never drink and get behind the wheel. That's why it's so awesome. This place here has a tram line right outside. Feeling a bit tipsy? That's all right. Catch the number 42, you'll be able to get where you want to go.
Westgarth has a lot to offer. Why not, after having a quick sip at Kelvin Bar, head over to Palace Cinemas, serving both independent films and blockbusters. So everything from Spider-Man to your latest A24. Get some popcorn, have a beer, enjoy the film.
On 28th of June 1914, one of the most significant events in human history, that's right, human history happened with the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in Sarajevo, which ultimately triggered World War I. Why am I saying this, do you ask? Why am I talking about World War I? Well, it just so happens that we are in the presence of an establishment named after Mr. Ferdinand himself.
All located on High Street. Thornbury's for the hipsters. Northgate is for the people who are a bit cosmopolitan-minded. Westgarth, well, it's official. It is the south side of High Street, the South Yarra or South Melbourne of North Melbourne.
We love fun here at Parts Unknown Melbourne, as you know, and it was great to walk in and be greeted by three friendly faces. Although the bar staff were awesome, we're talking about the little diorama they had at the front. We're talking Dave Grohl, Luke Skywalker, and what probably looks like Armie Hammer all playing guitar together. Awesome stuff. Time for another beer.
What's great about Westgarth is everybody knows it by name. That goes the same for the establishments. Here we are at Kelvin Bar, right next to Danny's Dry Cleaning, and of course on the other side of the street, Barry.
One of the first things you notice about Kelvin's when you walk in is it's very dimly lit, very dark, very rock and roll. The thing I like about that the most is that it's actually quite good for someone like me. I spoke to my psych and I have issues looking at myself in the mirror. So when I open up my camera to take a photo of myself in there, I don't see a thing. Well, so soon? Well, if I must. And that like that, our time at Kelvin's is done. Let's give you our final thoughts just in a second.
While Reuben sits like Buddha in a 10-foot cell, an innocent man in a living
Thanks so
hell.
much for listening to watching another episode of Parts Unknown Melbourne. Episode 13, never thought we'd get here. So excited. Thanks for watching.
Kelvin's, you were just spectacular. Very welcoming upon entry and great beer. Can't wait to be back next time, which we will, to have the cocktails. As for now, I'm going to go to the bathroom. We'll catch you next time.